Right, good morning everyone and welcome back to MODUS Sports. Here we are, the final day of action in the Icons of Darts Live League, and we have the asset Paul Nicholson to look through everything. But first of all, Paul, before we dive into today's action, we have to talk about last night. And yet again, Fallon Sherrock delivers in an unbelievable fashion what she achieved last night, winning the league last night. But not only that, the man of her performances was nothing short of outstanding.
Yeah, I think more evidence of how good she really is. I think even some experts within the game are starting to question their opinion of her own talent, because we all thought she was good. I think we're getting to the stage where we're saying to ourselves, we didn't think she was this good. And she may be better. She may be actually starting to prove that she has some of the best standard of ladies darts ever seen. And I am talking about the peak of Trina Gulliver and some of the best we've seen from Lisa Ashton. I mean, they are, without a doubt, the two best that have ever thrown a dart. So we're getting more evidence from Fallon, obviously, through the night at the darts. But when she's challenging against Phill Taylor, and when she's beating players that have got experience at this format, and when she's winning titles away from online formats all the time, I think we have to start asking questions as to when she will be on tour, not a case of if.
It was the finishes as well, the big finishes. When you look at it, we had 104, 122, 160, 140, 152. If that was my MVG doing that in one game, we'd be waxing lyrical, wouldn't we?
Yes, we would. And I think if you look at the week that she's been playing online, I mean, she had a guest appearance last week where she took it a 164 against Boris Koltsov, and we all thought, good shot. But I've commentated 3 nights of this week on the night of the darts, and every time she's on a finish, like 131, 140, 160, you just think, hang on a minute, this is under threat here. And she's doing it more often than not, and she's doing it more often than anybody else. Let's face facts. I mean, you're seeing, Jose Justicia took out a couple of 120s yesterday, which is very impressive in a very good game. But when she's taking things like 152 and 160, you think, they're a lot harder. I mean, these are difficult shots. And when you get one of them a day, you feel really good about yourself. But when you're plucking 3 or 4 of them, you've got to start asking questions about how good someone is.
When Real Darts returns, obviously she's still scheduled to be in Copenhagen. With that, I'm guessing the World Series finals as well. And there's probably a strong chance that she's going to get an invite to the Grand Slam, I would say. Not knowing anything, but if I was a betting man, my 20 pence would be that she's in the Grand Slam in some form. If you're one of those top 16 players, you're going to be like, oh no, please not me, aren't you?
Well, if you want evidence as to how someone who plays a bit more regularly on say, tour darts, how they would feel about being drawn against Fallon Sherrock, for instance, why don't you go and ask Wessel Nyman? Because this week he's played Fallon somewhat unsuccessfully, and Wessel is one of the best players that we've had in the last 4 weeks in both leagues with MODUS Sports, and he's been putting in some strong averages, strong performances, great consistency, and Fallon has been able to dispatch him. So ask Wessel Nyman, ask some of the other guys that have played him. I can say from experience, I played Fallon at Q School. She was better than me, and I didn't play poorly. It's just the way she's playing right now with a level of belief that she's never going to tell you about. She's a little sneaky in that respect. She will play the princess card. That's what I'm going to call it. She's lovely. She's got a ruthless streak, though, that she doesn't show. That makes her... I haven't really categorized it yet because I'm still trying to figure it out. She's a great, ruthless player that has the ability to get rid of you on, that kind of 80 to 130 range shot and not give you any more chances. She's a one-chance girl.
Moving on to today's action, the table is absolutely fascinating with 4 players all vying to win the overall title. Arron Monk holds prime position with a 2-point advantage, but that can evaporate in the blink of an eye. I can't wait for today.
I think if we were looking at yesterday's fixtures and wanted an ideal scenario for 6th-day, this would be it. Because you do have those guys all on the same points, with Ed House, Justin Smith, and Jared Cole all on 20. I mean, Jared Cole on his day off yesterday must have been spitting, thinking, can someone just, leave me alone? Well, he's in the silver medal position now, and Arron Monk is without a doubt the favourite now. Not only has he got that 2-point gap after winning his bonus game yesterday, but he has the bonus game again today, doesn't he? So he has an extra fixture. So he has to be the favourite. If he believes that he can do it and he gets a good start today, Arron Monk should win this league. But we know that he has the ability to implode if he has a bad game. So someone else is going to have to stay on his coattails if they're going to usurp him. But he is going to have the last game of the league this week. And if he's in position, he could have it all done and dusted.
First 3 games, I think first 4, I think we're going to have a better understanding of where the title is. The first 4 fixtures are Richie Edhouse against Justin Smith, Arron Monk against Jose Justicia, Jared Cole against Richie Edhouse, Justin Smith against Arron Monk. After that little passage of play is done, will 4 become 2?
I think you're probably right. There are way too many sort of 6-pointers in this format today. Jose Justicia is playing for pride, of course. He could be the major spoiler today because at the back end of yesterday, he was starting to play some decent stuff. If he does that today and spoils the party, he could spoil someone's chances. Genuinely could. So I think halfway through today, maybe by game 5, we could have a 2-horse race if it goes that way. I personally want everyone to win one and lose one to make it even more juicy. And it'll be a nightmare for me and you because we're going to have to start calculating the leg difference every single game. I mean, I don't mind doing that. I'm a bit of a stato like that. But it's a fascinating day. And throughout the course of the Icons League from the last few weeks, I don't think we've had a more exciting one. It was exciting for me last week trying to win my first league, and I got it done within a couple of games. But I want this one to go to the very last game. I would love that to happen.
Well, funny you should say that. The way, obviously, the fixtures were done before we knew this scenario, but game 11, the bonus game today, is Arron Monk against Jared Cole.
Well, that would be good, wouldn't it? I want them both on the same points. I want them on the same leg difference. And then there's just a shootout to see who wins the whole thing. That would be tremendous.
Yeah, game 11 could be the absolute blockbuster title decider, Manchester City moment. It could be absolutely amazing. But looking through those fixtures, if you had to pinpoint one as the most important, which one are you going for?
I'm going to go for Monk against Edhouse because Edhouse got 8 points yesterday. I think the way he's picked himself off the floor, and I'm not painting myself like a genius because I did pick Richie Edhouse to win yesterday. After getting no points on Thursday and able to turn things around and get 8 points yesterday to put himself back in the mix, just goes to show what bounce back ability he has. And I've talked about it before because of his ability to go back to Q School and get straight back on tour. I think Monk against Edhouse could be the game to deliver the best quality today.
And again, your 20p in your pocket. Where is the title going come 3 o'clock this afternoon?
I'm going to go with Arron because he has a 2-point advantage and he has the extra game. And let's face it, he did get 6 points yesterday with the bonus 2 as well. The days that he has played, he's been very consistent. He's played some very consistent darts, but there's just been too much in the way of petulance in between. And that's not a criticism, it's just fact. If he can keep a level head today, he should win. And I think he will. I think he'll edge it somehow. And the likelihood is it'll probably be on double 10 because it's come to his rescue so many times in the last couple of days.
Paul, absolute pleasure. Remember, everyone, 11 o'clock start, dartshop.tv, the MODUS YouTube channel, and we have everything covered across social media so you don't miss anything from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We have it all covered on what should be a thrilling afternoon of stream sport. And of course, Paul will call you through all the action live from 11 a.m. today.